Hello and welcome back to Man v Film. It's time for some announcements. We have Indicator's June announcements here, and Indicator is a company I love. You can see down the bottom here, I've got a lot of Indicator titles. For a while, I was a completist about them until kind of Jean Rollin films came out, and I took a step back, and they seem to be I seem to be unsure about the trajectory of what they are taking. What is their kind of film? What are they delivering? It seems to be all over the place. Last month was a Hammer comedy set. This time we have a pair of Bavas, one Mario, one Lamberto. We're going to dive in and have a look at these titles because I think there's some interesting facets about these releases. So let's do that. And we'll jump into Lamberto's film first. Macabra is getting a 4K UHD limited edition release. This was previously released by 88 Films, part of their Italian collection. I've got a review on the channel for this, which is quite a few years old. You want to go and check that out, I'd appreciate it. You know, it's from 1980. It's 91 minutes. It's Lamberto Bava's debut film. We have Bernice Steigers and Stanko Molnar star in Macabra, the solo directorial debut of Lamberto Bava, son and assistant to the great Mario Bava. Traumatized by the deaths of both her son and her lover Fred, Jane retreats to a boarding house run by the blind Robert, where she builds a shrine to Fred and passionately calls his name when she is alone in her room. Both Robert and Jane's daughter Lucy sense that something strange is going on and begin to investigate her bizarre behaviour. Co-written by the great Pupi Avati and lensed by Franco Delicoli, Macabra is a twisted classic of Italian horror presented in an extras-laden edition with brand new restoration from the original negative, all of which has been produced in collaboration with Vinegar Syndrome, which I think is a really interesting facet of this release. Please note the US edition of Macabra will be released by Vinegar Syndrome using the same restoration and extra features as co-produced by Powerhouse Films and Vinegar Syndrome. Seems like they're really working in tandem here, which makes sense, I guess. So we've got a brand new 4K HDR restoration from the original negative. It's presented in HDR10 compatible. There is 3 presentations of the film: Macabro, the Italian theatrical version; Macabra, the international theatrical version; and Frozen Terror, the US theatrical version. We have audio commentaries with Eugenio Ercolani, Troy Howarth, and Nathaniel Thompson, an interview with Lamberto Bava from 2026, an interview with the producer Antonio Avati from 2026, interview with the writer Pupi Avati from 2026. We have a critical appreciation of the Italian genre by film expert and Macabra aficionado Mark Thompson Ashworth. Pier Paolo De Sancti, the founder of the Italian soundtrack specialists Four Flies Records, explores the oeuvre of composer Ubaldi Continello. On-stage interview with Bava filmed after a Macabre screening at the 2025 Worldwide Weird Cult Cinema event held in London. Theatrical trailer, international theatrical trailer, new and improved English translation for the subtitles, new and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, a limited edition 80-page book, and this is world premiere on 4K UHD, limited to 5,000 individually numbered units, 4,000 4Ks and 1,000 Blu-rays for the UK. I like Macabra. It's not one that I want to run back to often. I think the final minute is really impactful and leaves you with a kind of, well, strange feeling. Don't want to get too much into the film. I think it's interesting to see that we have a UK company working hand in hand with Vinegar Syndrome. I like that because it means that we could maybe get, you know, joint releases on other things, which is interesting. It does is $27.99, which for me is it's leaning too expensive. Do you know what I mean? And then we have the Blu-ray, which is $21.99, which feels a little bit more affordable. Macabre is a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. If you like Lamberto Bava's films or Mario Bava's, it's fits into that kind of ethos as well. Next, we have Four Times That Night, the 4K UHD limited edition, which is a Mario Bava film. One I haven't actually discovered before or haven't seen. It's from 1971. It's 83 minutes, and this is a world premiere on 4K UHD. You know, from legendary Italian maestro Mario Bava, we have Four Times That Night, a delirious commedia sexy all'italiana take on Rashomon, starring Brett Halsey and Daniela Giordano. Handsome model John takes the Virginia Tina on a date. When Tina returns to her overbearing mother in tears, her dress in tatters, everyone has a different account of what really happened that night. With support from Pascal Petit, Valerie Sibel, and the infamous Dick Randall, who also produced, and a luscious soundtrack by Lalo Gori, Four Times That Night is a pop art-infused feast for the eyes and ears. I tend to not really appreciate Italian comedies too much. The ones I've seen a couple of good ones. I've seen some really awful ones. So I'm very wary about this release. So we've got a brand new 4K HDR restoration from the original negative by Powerhouse Films. It's a 4K presentation in Dolby Vision. We have the original English and Italian mono soundtracks. We have a commentary with Eugenio Ercolani, audio commentary with Mario Bava, All the Colours of the Dark author Tim Lucas from 2019, interview with the son of editor Otello Colangeli and editor in his own right, Roberto Colangeli, from 2026, interview with assistant director and son of Mario Bava, Lamberto Bava, from 2026. We have a video essay by film critic Rachel Nisbet on the Rashomon-like structure of the film. We do like Rachel Nisbet, so we're quite happy to see her appear in another disc. We have the original theatrical trailer, new and improved English translation subtitles. We have subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, an 80-page book with new essays, and it's a world premiere on 4K UHD. Limited edition to 5,000 individually numbered units, 4,000 4Ks, 1,000 Blu-rays. Again, it's released on Blu-ray as well, with all the same extras. I'm just wary of Italian comedies. I'm interested to see how this fits into Mario Bava's filmography at the time, because it just feels like something out of the norm. Curious. I don't know if I'm curious because of the name attached to it rather than because of the film and the curiosity that's given me. Interested. So, there is a bundle offer at the moment. If you order... take advantage of these, add them to the cart, add bundle, and you'll get 10% off the titles, which probably takes it to roughly £40 for the Blu-rays or £50 for the 4Ks. I'm on the fence. I've not been buying a lot this year. This is something that I'm unsure about. Maybe you can help me out. Macabra, I would lean towards. Four Times That Night, I'm not sure about at all. And I would love to know if there is anybody out there that has seen it, who knows anything about it, who can point me in the right direction one way or another. I will, of course, be checking reviews on this. This is an announcement that has me really kind of curious. It's the kind of announcements that makes me sit up and pay attention. It really kind of shows how Indicator are going all over the map for films, you know, where you've got like the Hammer British comedies, you've got these Italian films, one a comedy, one a horror. They lean into the Jean Rollin films as well. There doesn't seem to be a through line with their releases at the moment, which kind of keeps me on my toes a little bit. This is an announcement that speaks to me. Will I pick them up? Undecided as yet. I've got a few weeks to think about it, and I will absolutely think about this one. But, you know, I want advice for this, so drop a comment in the comment box below and we can discuss it together. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.